everything we do, go forward, put them under pressure. Let's get excited, girls. This is it, yeah?
Go for a sprint start, but we nail that tackle, okay? Yeah. It's on red. Red.
Obviously different format to this year's Six Nations, but we always hope that we'd get ourselves in this position, which is playing in the final on Saturday. But in terms of this week, I think our prep's probably been pretty consistent. It's a danger and a trap too many coaches fall into, where they think they get to a final. Yeah, it's a big game. Of course, it's a big game. But if you make it any bigger than it already is, and you change the processes you go through, you run the risk of sort of taking away from what's got you there. Sometimes it works, so sometimes it doesn't. I've known both sides of the coin. We always put a huge emphasis on our own game, because that's the consistent, that's the one thing that you can control. We generally work around a sort of 80-20, 75-25 rule, where we look at the opposition just in terms of their attacking traits, defensive traits, what are the consistencies in their game, and obviously some of the personnel that they bring in. France have swapped around a little bit and have gone pretty well.
It's going to be a big focus on us, right? And I know that's really easy to say, but it's easy to get lost in thinking, oh, France do this and they do that, so therefore if we do this, whatever we do is because we decide to do it and we execute it really, really well. And when we nail it, that then gives us competitive advantage, go forward, momentum, line breaks, points and pressure.
Watching France play against other oppositions, that allows us to be able to make some informed decisions around what we would do in that situation. So when it comes to the game, we know what has worked for other teams and what hasn't, and then we can implement our own strategies. It's my role to break down what can be a quite complex game in rugby into digestible bits of information, whether that be around set piece for the forwards or some kicking details aligned to the backs. It's a case of knowing what works for each individual and being able to support that. With regards to the backs, we draw up some kicking maps to highlight opportunities with the kicking game, and then when the opposition squad's announced, Leanne will always be the first one to message, and she'll want to see then some specific clips of kickers who are named in the squad. So from her position defending, how can she then get at their kicker to be able to put them under maximum pressure? And obviously it's about knowing what foot do they kick off and what's their kicking technique like.
Hello. I've got Lange. Basically some... Wait mate, do that again, your biceps look huge in this. I swear. And over there we've got a wild grey pigeon. Just about to go play frisbee with Ellie, my best friend. This is the S&C Harry. Very ripped, very shredded, very fit. Could run a marathon in under an hour. This is Ibrahimovic, and he plays football in his day off. But today he's having a change and he's playing frisbee. Good hands, as you can see. Definitely doesn't play in net. Good morning to you and you and you and you. It's day 2 in camp and the weather is banging. Absolutely banging. Just getting ready to go out training, and I found a little problem. Lost circulation in my leg because the socks are too tight. You can't fit a finger down there. Look at that. Look at that.
Starting, what about you?
And the bench, what about you?
Go now.
I was born too late into a world that doesn't care. Oh, I wish I was a cockroach with flowers in my hair. Hair stayed down, not everybody drove a car. When music really mattered and when radio was king.
Come on, big girl.
Strong girl.
Big beautiful girl.
Oh.
Go, Tish.
No legs, no legs.
Oh, right, that's your 6. You're bad, right? That's it, right?
Go on, Tish.
Big beautiful girl. Go.
Oh. Lovely.
Nice, Brad.
although we're playing a team who have got probably more about them than the last two teams we played this weekend, it's still exactly the same, okay? It's about us, it's about how we perform, that's the key bit, all right? It's not about firefighting what France are going to bring or countering what France are going to bring, it's about us being the best we can be and imposing our game onto France and demonstrating to ourselves where our game's at. Expect the unexpected. We always say against these, they will do all sorts of stuff, okay, and they will play at real high tempo. They put a lot of emphasis on certain key individuals. Their nines are massive to what they do. Okay, they drive everything. They drive the tempo, they drive the structure, they look to them to be an attacking threat, they're their kicking option. Right? Let's make sure we really pressure their nines. Every opportunity we get, pressure their nines. Really important we're disciplined around the ruck area.
As forwards, we'll definitely kind of try and take the set piece apart, really dive into the scrums, the line outs, the props, what everyone is doing and how we can take most advantage of that, and also how we can make sure that we keep our own processes.
Lineouts are multifaceted parts of the game. We'll look at different setups, different types of numbers they have in the setups, different moves they run within the line out to win the ball.
It may influence how we might choose to defend something, how we might choose to attack something, if we think there's certain opportunities anywhere.
We do analysis on other teams will do analysis on us, and that's, you know, you understand that that's going to go on. We're always mindful that teams will come with other setups. If something changes in a game, we're adaptable within the game. And likewise, you know, from an attack perspective, we will try and be adaptable. We will try and show different pictures, show different things that maybe they haven't seen. Preparing for a final, is it bigger? Maybe in terms of the outcome, but in terms of the prep beforehand, then you've just got to go through your processes and cover all the bases that you can.
Yeah, you got 3 minutes, guys, 3 minutes! Bites!
In detail, I've been watching the women's game for probably the last year, since I retired, funnily enough. Just getting to know the personalities a little bit better, trying to understand a little bit more about how they're trying to play. I'm working at the final this weekend, so just trying to get a little bit of insight really. Different players, different skills, different talents, you know. I think the more exposure we can get on TV, the more exposure we can get through social media, the more growth we're going to get. And we need to create role models. You know, I've got a daughter myself, and we need to make these girls, these ladies, these women visible to young girls to, you know, pick up a ball and start playing. I think the AP15s has genuinely developed the talent pool. I think if you cast your mind back 5 years, you know, talking to Mids about it, he probably had 15 to 23 players he could pick from, whereas now he's got genuine competition, you know, 2 or 3 players in each position. The standard's getting a hell of a lot better, and it's a game I enjoy watching.
Really, really good session, okay? Lots of bite in that session, tons of energy, absolute commitment from everybody, which is exactly what we'd expect, what we wanted, what we got. That's given us exactly the platform we want to go into a final session on Friday.
Roses on red! Red! Roses! Woo!
Oh yeah!
We'll be good at this.
Now watch your arm! Now watch your arm! Go down a bit, yeah! Back to the neck! Back to the neck!
Wait, up a leg.
Here we are on the odds bus on our way to team run. Nice girls.
Is Packer in time?
And if we can start to look out the left-hand side of the bus and avert your eyes, you will see Twickenham Stadium coming up, the home of English rugby.
Shauna Brown. Hi. To me, to you, to me, to you. Move. It's a double. It's a double.
We have a huge responsibility to not feed the French in terms of what they want, especially early doors. We look after the ball, we scan, we choose options that are relevant to the pictures in front of us, and we keep recycling that ball. Let's make good decisions. If you're in a contest, make sure you win it.
I think it's a great test for us as a team, but you guys as a unit. I think outside us, they're the best back unit in the world, okay? So it's going to be a great head-to-head, innit?
It's not going to be won in the first half or the first 60 minutes. From 60 to 80, that'll be the crunch time. Go out, just deliver with everything you've got. Don't hold anything back at all. Remember what we said right at the start of this tournament. We wanted to see what we look like at the next level. We can only do that if we go out and we just give you everything we've got today. Let's make sure we enjoy it, okay?
Girls, today, everything we do it together. It underpins everything, yeah? Go forward. Loads of chat. The game will look after itself. We've got this.
Coming 7-0 based on the momentum in that first half is a pretty good job. I think momentum's the name of the game for us, okay? Because I don't think we've really created enough for us. Build the pressure on them. Turn the screw. They will crack. They're thinking we've took the kitchen sink at them, okay, and we've come up with nothing. Right? But what they will do, we'll go again. Now what I say is, I don't think we've really got out of second gear for us. A real simple game. Process the ball, go forward. Process the ball, go forward. And then when the back's ready, and we'll play. Give us a platform, the game will work off that. The game will develop off a platform. Yeah? Real simple stuff. Yeah?
Absolute fire, come on.
So with character, everyone showed out there to grind that win out and lift the Grand Slam belt. Six Nations trophy!
good side. They're tough, aren't they? Physical, right? But we dug in and we found a way to win, and we got another trophy, and we're still number 1 in the world, and that's what matters. At the end of the day, that's what matters. Good work.
The way we had to fight for that waiting out there was unbelievable. Like, everyone put their body on the line like until the 80th minute to make sure we've got like a 3rd consecutive title, and yeah, I just feel really proud to be part of this like really special group. Just knowing where we can go, like that's the exciting part. I look around and think, in a year's time, like how much more can we give? So yeah, 125 caps and definitely not out.